Welcome to the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and convos collide. We're back from a 2-week vacation. I'm your host, The Cobra.
I'm your host, Coach Milk.
I'm Zeke.
That's right. We got Zeke in the building today. He's our co-host today, our special co-host, coming straight from Springboro, Ohio. 6'5" shooting guard, pure shooter. Hey, look, he's a future star, so everybody, write his name down and remember it because you're gonna be seeing a lot from young Zeke.
Lock him in.
Yes, sir. So how y'all been doing? How y'all feeling?
All good, man. All good. Just excited to be back.
Yeah. Hold up, we got a stranger about to pop in on the show.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dog.
What's up?
What's up, motherfuckers?
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm back. And I got shit to say. I got shit to say. I'm back for a quick second. What's up, Slim? What's up, basketball player? What's up with you, bro? How you doing?
Talking to you, Zeke.
Oh, shoot. I'm good.
I ain't talking to AZ. I ain't talking to them old motherfuckers. I'm talking to you.
My bad.
What's up, Slim?
What's up?
What's good with you? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you for coming on. I'm on the show for a quick sec. I'm here for a short time, not a long time. I got a few things I need to get off my chest.
Oh, yeah. Right, hey, dog. Well, let's kick it off.
Hey, I'm kicking it off I'm kicking it off right now. I want to talk about the last guest y'all had on the show, Mr. Ethan Howe.
Oh, shit.
That's the first thing I'm going to say. First of all, he telling stories that's not true. Talking about Omar did this and O-Dog did this. That's I want to get that straight. You understand what I'm saying?
Shed the light.
I set the record straight there, O-Dog.
What happened was the gentleman bumped my fiance at the time, that is now my wife. She was bending down, doing something with her shoe, and the gentleman hit her. I'm across the street, and he was talking crazy to my fiance. So what I did was, like a gentleman should, I came across the street and asked the gentleman, "What's the problem?" That's how the situation started. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the rest of the stuff he said was true. I did do that. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to set the record straight that I ain't start nothing, whatever the case may be. The situation was the gentleman bumped my fiance, and my fiance and him was having words. So I came over there as a man should and told my fiance, hold up for a second. You know what I'm saying? And then me and him started to have words, right? So that's how the situation started. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Ethan Hyde, or whatever. So if you're going to be on a national show and telling stories, tell the story correctly. I'm talking about I was on it. I'm way too cool to just start talking crazy. That don't even work. So anyway, I just wanted to get the record straight. So we can continue on. Go ahead. I'm good.
What's up, DJ Pooch?
Hey.
Yeah. All right, so let's I know the draft about to get started. I think the commissioner, what he about to announce the first pick?
Yeah.
Who cares?
It should be about 4 minutes before they get it. I think they just did the introduction to the incoming class. But hell, we all know who the first two picks gonna be. The question comes in at ace.
I don't know. All I know is the first pick. I don't know who the second pick is. I ain't been following the NBA draft, so I wouldn't know.
So it should be Cooper Flagg 1 and Dylan Harper 2.
Yeah,
Harper 2. Yeah.
Ace Bailey was projected to go 3, but I don't know. He didn't go to any workouts and didn't do any interviews, so I don't know if that hurt his draft status. What you guys think about Ace Bailey not going to the interviews and working out for potential teams that could draft him? Go ahead, Zeke.
Well, I just think it's just what all these dudes do. It's just not. I don't know. It just obviously hurt his draft stock. I don't know what he was thinking. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. What about you, Coach?
I don't know, because I mean, when you say hurt his draft stock, what's really the difference between 3 and 6?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna drop below 6 because Wizards would be crazy to pass up on him. I know it's a big risk, but hell, they need the risk. Take the risk. The dude can play. Now the question will be is his group. I don't think it's the talent that's going to be questioned with regards to him not showing up to these interviews, but they clearly like always say, the tape don't lie. The cat can play. He's a bucket getter. Now is the risk reward factor more on the risk that you can't trust his team, the guidance that he's getting. So I don't know how much. I think anything after 10 he drops. Then we talking, did he hurt his stock? But I don't think it was much of a difference between 3.6, 3.10, unless, I mean, you can correct me on that. But what are we talking about? How much money are we talking about?
I don't know about in basketball and football. You talking about millions of dollars when you talking about 3 to 6. So I don't know how it works in basketball, but in football you talking about millions and millions of dollars. So that's a big goddamn difference.
But is it that much of a drop after 3 to 10, Cole?
In basketball, it's not that much. It's less. Each pick you go down is going to be a little bit less, but it's not. It's not a big jump like it is in football. But it's still less. Less is less.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing he's risking is integrity right now, integrity and character.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to an organization where people question your character.
And the bad thing about it, Coach, from the outside looking in, it seemed like he's a good kid. From everything in all the interviews I've seen him in, and I seen him talk a few times, and of course we saw him on the court. He seemed like a good kid, but I think it's the people around him. I don't know if it's family or agent, manager, whatever. I think they giving him some bad advice. Now I get it. I don't think it's going to hurt him short term because the talent is so great that he's going to get drafted somewhere between 3 and 8. And that's what his camp keeps saying. Like whether we worked out or not, we know that we're going to go somewhere in this range. So that's the reason that they're putting out there in the world. But my thing is the long-term effect. Like you were saying, Coach, like what type of label is going to be put on this kid by not having interviews with the team and by not working out with the team, because one day, whoever drafted him, he may not stay with that team. He may, as a free agent, want to go somewhere else, and it's going to be that executive that he refused to talk to coming out of college that's going to be like, no, remember you didn't want to speak to us coming out of college? We don't think you're a good fit for our organization. So I think that's where it's going to hurt him at in the long run when people, because this leaves a bad taste in people's mouth because they wanted to talk to him, they wanted to see him. So they're going to remember that in the long run when it's time to go to another team, free agency, to get a max contract or any type of contract. It's going to come back. It's going to come back around. It's going to be questioned.
Yeah, and I think too, man, just from watching, I think I watched the DeJounte Murray episode, man. And one thing we fail to realize, man, is the media can take a story and turn it and paint it any picture they want to. And I think with this, man, he leaves that too much of that in their hands with the picture they want to paint of him. Like I said, I just got finished watching before we stepped on the show. The kid, it sounds like he's all about basketball. He just want to get out there and hoop. But what narrative are you going to allow them to write about you? Because it's not going to be about him. If you're saying you want to keep basketball, then you should go out and work out and take all the questions out again. But again, he's being led by whoever, however, and they're giving him advice. And at the end of the day, I think athletes need to realize and keep in mind, you don't want to give anybody unnecessary ability to paint a picture of you that you don't have control of. And I think that's the piece that's going to, like you say, long-term effects, character issues. Because again, once people put a story out on you, the only thing you have is opportunity to prove them wrong. But how much opportunity you're going to get? Because now it's going to be based on what situation you put in, how you play, barring no injuries, and then what people come back and say about you after the fact. So hopefully he goes into a good situation and he just he don't have any other follow-up issues with his team. So we wish him well at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it look like the number 1 pick is in. We're assuming it's going to be Cooper Flagg. What's your expectations of Cooper Flagg in the NBA? Because you've heard a lot of great things about him, and he's definitely a talented young man, an athlete, and he has all the metrics. So what would be, I guess, a fair assessment of him in terms of his growth and development in the NBA?
I think we saw him play against those dudes when he was about 17, and he dropped, I think, 16 or 15 or 16 against those dudes on the USA team.
Yeah.
And I think he's good enough to be able to play that Robin role with Anthony Davis until Kyrie comes back. And when Kyrie come back, December maybe? December,
probably. So maybe sometime after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
That's about right. And just think you play that little role where you can get that support for Anthony Davis and Kyrie, and they can kind of lead them on and have some and in the future have a little bit of like leverage where you can kind of fall back on, right? You have Cooper Flagg on your team. He's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So
hey Z, are you an Anthony Davis fan?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I like Anthony Davis. Yeah.
No. Are you a fan? Do you think he can play? Do you think he is one of the top basketball players? Like, are you a fan? Do you think he can? Is he one of the top players in the league in your mind?
Yeah, when healthy, yes.
Man, get him off. Get him off.
Hey Z, he hates Anthony Davis. He hates him. I don't know.
Hey, man,
you can't set
get him
him up
off
like
the
that.
screen, man. Get him off the screen. Come on, Z. Come on. You say he's a dog.
Hey, this is
I know
no
you didn't say
cap.
that.
Hey, the man can play. Oh,
I know you didn't say he's a dog.
I mean, yeah, he's a baller, dude. I don't know.
I got you.
You're crazy.
I got you. It's all good. Hey, Zeke, what school you go to, man? What high school you go to, brother?
Springboro, Ohio. Springboro.
You go what?
Springboro,
Ohio?
Yeah.
Nice. How far is that outside of where you close to Dayton, Columbus? Where you
Dayton. I'm like 15 minutes from Dayton, probably.
Do you know you like any football? You old State fan? You like football?
I don't pay attention to a lot of football. More of a basketball guy.
Okay. But you pay attention to basketball, but you call Anthony Davis a dog. Shit.
You not? Like,
ain't no dog.
Where do you think?
Hey Z, part of being a dog is you gotta show up and play. He don't even show up. He ain't no dog.
Oh,
he said when
Hey Z, he said, but that's my point though. But listen, but on a serious note, that's the point. Listen to what Zeke just said. He said something that's fresh. A young man that's a hooper. He said when he's available. That's part of being a dog is you always available. You always play. That's part of being a dog. And then when he's available, shit. You supposed to be able to book.
So
when he's available.
All these guys.
I'm not disputing what you're saying, old dog, but you always single out him. There's other players that
I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about all of them.
But you never do.
I'm singling Glass Man out because he the worst one.
He not the worst.
He is the worst.
He's a top 7 player when he's healthy.
He a what?
He's a top 7 player when he's healthy. He averages 28 and 10.
Oh, so you a numbers guy. So it's all about the numbers, but you was all about what they average and how many points and rebounds, right?
I mean,
so you a numbers guy. How many points he had? How many points he had when he played against Joker last year in the fourth quarter?
I mean,
look that up.
Which one?
Look that up. And when they played in the playoffs. Look that up.
I'll look it up right now.
My man. Tell you what he had. It's called trash. Fuck that.
Hey, here's the crazy part about Cooper Flagg, man, going into this situation is it looked like they just made the pick. Oh, they just announced the pick.
Yeah,
Cooper Flagg went.
So think about this, fellas. How crazy is it that he had more pressure going to perform at Duke than he does going into Dallas Mavericks?
That ain't crazy.
This kid gonna walk into a situation, man, where he is gonna just be able to sit back and just be himself. Like, he ain't got to go in and do nothing crazy. He ain't got to go in and try to prove nothing. This dude, you just insert and play.
Hey, Zeke,
money is back.
Hey, Zeke, who your favorite NBA player?
Jokic. Yeah, like I like Giannis, but wait, you asked favorite?
Yeah, who your favorite NBA player?
Giannis,
right? Okay. Now you talking. But you talking about Anthony Davis.
You don't like Anthony Davis though.
Anthony Davis, I wouldn't pick Anthony Davis. I pick you before Anthony Davis, Zeke, and I ain't even seen you play. Shit. That bum ass. He's a bum. He's a bum. You better stop looking at numbers, because numbers can be real deceiving. Believe that.
I know.
It ain't all about numbers.
Mo Money, what's up, Mo?
Man, what's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, we got Zeke on here. We got another Anthony Davis fan. Get his hands off the screen.
All right, dude.
Zeke just walked into a trap, man. He ain't understand what he was saying.
I'm over here.
Don't mind him, Zeke.
But nah, man. Like I said, I think Cooper Flag, man. If everything goes as planned, they get Kyrie back. I don't know who they're gonna. I think they got enough money to go get a guard to play in place of him. You know, to insert while he gets healthy. But man, just think about it, man. You got him, you got Lively, you got AD when he's healthy, you got Daniel Gafford, you got PJ. Like, bruh, you just go in there.
Better than Anthony Davis. Way better.
Hey, we passed that, bro.
No, we ain't past shit. See, we ain't past shit. See, obviously, Kobe didn't tell you what podcast you was coming on. He didn't tell you that motherfucking old dog was on here today. We ain't past shit. And you said you was an Anthony Davis fan. Now, you still ain't gave me them numbers in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I'm back. All our listeners and viewers. And I got more shit to say. Now, Money Mo. See, I've been waiting. Kobe been talking big shit. I've been waiting. Look, Zeke over there looking. Look, Zeke over there trying to find it. Zeke, don't worry about it. He trash. Don't worry about him, Zeke. I guarantee you, when you watch him play next year, you're going to be like, man, that's what Coach O told me, man. He don't show up in no big moments. That's why it shouldn't take you that long on no internet to find no fourth quarter stats.
That's not true.
Don't let him frustrate you, Zeke. Hey, Zeke already smashing the computer. Come on, Zeke. Don't do that.
Zeke, don't worry about Anthony Davis stats. We like you said, we moved past that. Hey, so Mo Money, got a question for you. So we was talking about Cooper Flag. He's the number one pick.
Okay.
What expectations do you have for him in the league? I know Coach just mentioned that, you know, he had more pressure going into Duke than he does Dallas because he's not expected to, you know, be the number one option and the guy right now. He can be the second option to Anthony Davis until Kyrie gets back, and then he'll be like a third option. But at some point, the pressure is going to have to mount on him because I think that we're looking at him as a possible savior of the league. Because, you know, right now the league is run by players that's from other countries. We don't, you know, our American superstars is aging, and they'll be out the league in the next year to 3 years or whatever the case may be. So we're looking for that next American face, and Cooper Flag may be it. So, Mo, what's your expectations for Cooper?
I mean, if we putting those expectations on him, I think it might be far-fetched. Because to be that type of player, man, you talking about LeBron, you talking about Kobe, you talking about MJ. For a while, you had Tracy McGrady. Those type of players are once in a generation, and most of them are prolific scorers. I don't see that right now from Cooper Flag, He has some development that he has to do at the next level to become that. And also, those guys are dogs. Maybe I missed something at Duke. I didn't see that. I didn't see that type of dog that you could be the face of the league. Ant-Man has it. He just has to grow up, and we have to be patient. I think a lot of times we want the superstars to come in and be who they are day one, but it's growth and maturity. MJ didn't win a championship in his first 5 years.
Yeah, but he was fucking people up, Money Mo, so don't do that.
Hold on now.
MJ was fucking people up from the very beginning.
I ain't Zeke. I got the stats for
you. It don't matter if you Zeke or not, but you still dropping some crazy shit.
MJ had to grow too. There's a maturation to every superstar.
But MJ showed he had to grow, but he came in fucking people up. If you didn't see it, you can turn into The Last Dance when they talk about him being a rookie and how he was going crazy.
And so,
what's the point? So you don't think Cooper Flag gonna go crazy?
Of course I do. But wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Like Money Mo said, he not Zeke. So I'm gonna quote Money Mo just said MJ didn't come into the league, right? That's what you said, Money Mo, right?
And win. He didn't win. He didn't come into the league.
Oh, nobody cared about winning the first year. Nobody cared about that.
but what I'm saying is, if we looking, so Kobe's question to me was, we looking for a face of the league, and the only thing that right now is on Ant-Man's jacket is he hasn't won anything, right? But he showed maturation. He got to the Western Conference Finals. He's played in big games. He's just maturing. He's just getting to that point. So I don't think that you can expect Cooper Flag to jump Ant-Man or some of these other players, Cade Cunningham. I don't think he'll be on that level yet. I think he'll come in and score? Yeah, I think he'll come in and be a great player, but I don't think he'll be the face of the league.
So his high school coach earlier in the pre-draft show, Mo said his expectations for Cooper in his rookie year is maybe 17-7-7 or 18-8-8.
Man, that's a lot, man. I don't know. I mean, I have to. I don't know because
he's already being compared to Kawhi Leonard, to Scottie Pippen, to Jason Tatum, and it was one other person he was compared to. I can't remember who it was. Oh, the young fella that played for Oklahoma City, that Williams.
Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
Is his defense that nice? I mean, you put him in a sentence with Kawhi Leonard and all those guys.
But I'm just trying to understand where Money Mo went with Michael Jordan. He went with Jordan.
We was talking about.
Hold on, Kobe, my man. Money Mo can talk for himself. Go ahead, Money Mo. You ain't Zeke.
Frame the question for you because you didn't hear the question.
Well, I did hear the question. I wasn't on the screen, but I heard the question. But I don't think Michael Jordan need to be in none of these categories. Now, his name don't even need to be brought up. Unless I get what you're saying when you talking about Ant Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Right. But Michael Jordan, that's a totally different monster. And he was going to a shitty ass team. He went to the Bulls. The Bulls didn't even win 40 games.
I mean, at the end of the day, the question was, how do I feel Cooper Flag's game will translate to the league, and do I think he can be a face of the league? So my thing is, I think his game will translate. I don't think he'll be the face of the league, in my opinion, because I think we already heard that part.
But my
thing is, with MJ and with Ant-Man and all of these guys, we live in a revisionist history. When MJ came in the league, he wasn't the face of the league. So all I'm saying is, we keep trying to compare these modern players and put them in a point where we saw.
I got you. What you're saying now? Got you.
You feel what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm with you now. I'm with you with that part.
What you guys think about this? So, if Cooper Flag turns out to be the player that we think he's going to be, right? Let's say he turns out to be a great player, first team all league, second team let's say first team all league eventually. Don't you think automatically he'll be the face of the league, especially being a superstar and being white? Hey, here's the question. That's like a great combination.
Here's the question, though.
Hey, look at Caitlin Clark. Look how great she is.
But Cole, here's the real question: are we talking face of the league or American face of the league? Because we clearly see there's already a couple faces of the league out here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But we talked about this a lot about why the NBA ratings are down. You know why? Because we don't have any American faces. People don't want to turn on TNT and see somebody from Serbia or Lithuania or Czechoslovakia, whatever, being the face of the league. We want a homegrown American player to be the face of the league.
So let me.
Well, you know why them players can't be the face of
and Jason Tatum and all those guys to step up.
But here's the
Hey, Cole, you know why they can't be the face of the league?
Why?
Because when you turn to, like you said, when you turn to TNT, Money Mo and Coach Milton and Zeke, you don't know if Anthony Davis is playing on that. So we don't know if niggas is going to be. We don't know if
Hey, so let me ask you this. Let me put this out there because
Welcome back, Cuzzo.
But here's the thing though.
Welcome back, Cuzzo.
we don't know. You pay $145. Zeke paid $145 to go see Anthony Davis play, and he doing what's it called? What they do Money Mo when they wrestle? What are you doing?
Promotion.
What's it called?
You talking about like the promotion?
No, when they wrestling, when they say he not gonna play because of what's it called? The San Antonio. What's it called? When they not playing?
Load management.
They doing load management. That's what you like, Zeke. You like somebody that load
They all
management.
do that. LeBron James does that. Your favorite player, every one of your favorite players.
Oh, my favorite player ain't do no load management. My favorite player, Michael Jordan. He didn't do no load management.
We talking about the modern NBA.
That's right. I'm talking about the modern NBA. Why do you think the NBA is where it is?
Here's let's piggyback this one here. Not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Halliburton being underrated by his peers. So is it the league or is it the fans? Because here's the thing: when you got a clean cut dude, Tatum, Halliburton, all these dudes, they don't want that. But then they don't want Ja. They don't want Ja because Ja too hood or he into the like the league got to figure out what they want the face to be. Because you clearly got faces out here. They don't want Halliburton to be the face. They damn sure don't want Tatum to be the face. How can you not have Tatum as the face of the NBA?
Hey, Coach, real quick though, real quick. I got to push back on that. I don't think they clean, man. Because O-Dog pointed out something about Jason Tatum last year, and he was right. There's moments there's moments, right, where they don't show up.
No, I'm not questioning that. No, I'm not even a Tatum fan because of just that. That dude has been what I call him is he's on the floor and not an issue. He's standing in the corner watching.
So he ain't no face of the league.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know who the face of the league should be? Everybody, you can say what you want, white, black, purple, green, is the Joker.
Joker, 100%.
Damn, he lose the draw, he gonna show up. Now the team might lose, but he won.
Yeah, I'm 100%. And that was my question.
That's what type of play. That's the dog, Zeke. It don't matter if the team won.
I never won.
It don't matter if the team won or lost. You gotta win.
They were showing highlights of Joker.
That's why Anthony Davis ain't no dog.
They were showing highlights of Joker, man.
I like Anthony Davis.
They were showing highlights of Joker earlier. And I was like, what the hell? This dude did a two-handed behind-the-back pass, no-look pass, and he shot it off with 1 foot from half court. Like,
man, that's the
Joker is the real deal. So why is he not?
Like y'all saying, you gotta have an American.
But why is he not the face?
He's foreign. We don't want a foreign face of the NBA. This is American sport.
But let me ask you a question.
Want a foreigner
did the NBA go get these foreign players?
I think if Joker has some personality, I think he's just too bland. You know what I'm saying? He a dog.
he damn sure he over there racing horses right now because
you know what I'm
saying? All season.
This shit in the NBA easy to Joker. It's easy to him. Ain't no bombs being fired out there in the outside. Ain't nobody shooting fires in the stands. Like he said, I'm not worried about nothing y'all talking about. Yeah. Y'all must ain't been in my country. That's the dog. That's who I want to go see. That's who I want to rock out. Zeke talking about he like Anthony Davis.
Dude, Anthony Davis is in my top 20 players right now.
No, hey, real talk though, man. I think everybody on here has played basketball at some level, right? So y'all are basketball purists. When you talk about the face of the league, they have to get somebody that don't know anything about basketball, right? So when you turn on your TV, I think one thing is undisputed. When you talk about Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or anybody like that, they were exciting basketball players, right?
Mhm.
So you didn't have to know anything about the game of basketball to know that they were exciting players. The
Right.
problem with Jokic, right? If you're not a purist, some of the things that he does, it goes over your heads. And it's
Yeah.
boring.
Right.
For sure. I think that's why I think Ja was on course to do it, but he just too stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because he's exciting. I think that Anthony Edwards, I think if he didn't settle for so many jump shots, if he still attacked the rim and was dunking on people, then he would no doubt be the face of the league right now. But his game isn't. I mean, there's some excitement to his game, but
Not
he ain't
consistent.
must see TV every, you know what I'm saying, night, because some nights he's gonna go out there and shoot 12 threes and not attack the basket. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what's gonna make you the face of the league. Like if Ja Morant would have been playing in these finals instead of SGA, I bet the ratings would have been way higher. People gonna tune in to see Ja. You know what I'm saying? SGA just a boring player. Like he nice, but you know, he don't really talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Luka, my guy. I'm for Luka. Luka talks shit. Luka show up in big moments. You know what I'm saying? He ain't American, but
And I'm with Mo on this too. I don't think Cooper Flag's game speaks that, because it was times in the college, in the tournament, that he disappeared. Now he had a lot of talent around him, but you can't disappear if you the national player of the year, you come out, you leading Duke and everything. And now they're comparing him, like they're trying to say he's one of the greatest Duke players ever. And I'm like,
no, forget it. Not even close.
Duke, I'm a Carolina dude, man. Duke got too
Not
many
even
dudes
close
to throw him up there. You know,
He ain't even
about all
better
the
than
one
Christian Laettner. I hate Christian Laettner.
What news was that on?
I'm saying you think about all the one and dones that Duke had, he probably at the bottom.
Yeah, they were talking about it. They were talking about it today on the draft, the pre-draft show. They did a segment called The Main Event, where they went back to Maine and they were talking about it. And then they, at the end of it, they would say right now they have, he will be considered, I think they had him in the top 5 Duke players.
Well, Coach Milton, anybody can do once again, that's numbers. Somebody can go do a segment, such NoCast Sports Show, and out of the 6 motherfuckers on here, 3 of y'all motherfuckers gonna say Anthony Davis.
I'm talking about these are the main analysts though. These are the ESPN gurus. Yeah, it ain't not no, you know, I'm just saying that's the conversation that they
paid to push the narrative, my man. They get paid to push the narrative. You already know.
No, that's what I'm saying. So his game doesn't translate to that. I don't think Cooper Flag is gonna be that type. And that's why I said when he goes to Dallas, he's just gonna settle in and play and do well. And it's gonna be hard to make him the face of the league on a team that he probably not even going to be the best player on his own team. So
man, he's not the third best. It's going to be tough for him to see the floor. Like if we don't trade PJ Washington a dog.
Man, they already got
PJ Washington
up there.
PJ right now.
Out your mind, you think Cooper Flag better than PJ Washington right now? You out your mind. You out your mind.
You see,
man, that's projection. They ain't going to camp yet.
Yeah,
they ain't going to camp yet, and let them tighten that little young nigga up. They're going to tighten this young ass up.
We've seen them play against the best talent in the world when they
hold up for a second though. Money Mo, Coach Milton, Zeke the Freak. Listen here, man. Y'all, they was playing against, if I'm not mistaken. Was the training camp not in Vegas, Money Mo?
Exactly.
Come on, Slim. Come on, man. Money Mo, the training camp's in Vegas, man. They come on, man. Y'all, come on. This might Zeke might not know about this, but you 4 gentlemen, come on, man. Training camp's in Vegas. Kobe, you know. Come on, man. They in Vegas, man. They chilling. They trying not to get hurt. He going out there trying to do his thing. He trying to prove he belong. They just got, look, They just came out the sauna and the steam room. They just practice was at 7. They just walked in the building at 6 a.m. Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck now. It wasn't like they what. Come on, man. They was in Vegas in training camp, Cole. You know, you've been to AAU practices, all-star teams before. You know how the practices go. And you also know that one player, we've all known, even Zeke know this, that one player, you be like, hey, buddy, relax a little bit. It's not the game. Come on, man. We get you trying to make the team and trying to show that you belong. But hey, before I have to tighten your ass up and we start to do some real bump out here, relax, buddy. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You act like they was. Come on, man. Come on, Cole. Don't do that, man. They was in Vegas. Was in Vegas partying, man.
I'm going by what I saw. I'm not going to speculate what they did.
And he only mentioned it at 6'6.5". Come on, man.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, when they at the draft combine, he mentioned it at 6'6.5".
That's
no,
not good.
Man, 6'9".
I'm just telling you what they said. He mentioned in the combine.
He's 6'9". They say got a 7'2" wingspan. Played with 7'2" wingspan.
Cooper Flag at least 6'8" minimum.
No, they showed 6'9", 7 foot wingspan. Him and Scottie Pippen had the same metrics.
Yeah.
He's a quarter of an inch taller than Scottie.
Scottie Pippen 6'7".
They got it. His metric was 6
Cole.
and 3/4.
Hey, Cole, can I ask you this question realistically? How do you think? Realistically? Do you think this gentleman is a good basketball? Like, what's your expectations on
Cooper
him?
Flag?
Yeah.
Man, I think the sky's the limit for him. I mean, if you look at his size, his athleticism, the way he plays
So do you think he's gonna win the Rookie of the Year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Kobe, you said the sky's the limit. Let me ask you this. Give me a comparable. Who do you think, if Cooper Flag if you think at his best, who's his NBA comparison? At his best, if you think
I can tell you what they said in the.
I ain't asking what they say. I'm asking Kobe Turner.
Let me think. Shit, I don't know, man.
There's your answer right there.
There it is, Kobe.
Because Kobe, you the basketball dude.
He plays defense. I mean, his defense might be better than his offense.
So who would he compare to though? What comparison then do you have? Because I heard Grant Hill earlier this morning. I'm like,
man, anybody talk about him and Grant Hill, y'all crazy in the motherfucker. Grant Hill was a dog.
No,
so
that's my
let me
point.
Tell you this. So I mentioned this earlier to the fellas. The comparison that they have for Cooper Flag is Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Pippen, Jason Tatum, and Williams that play for Oklahoma City. I can see Williams. I can see that Williams, the body, the height, playing on both ends of the court, the athleticism. I can see Williams like right now. I can see that. I have a good vision of that. I really don't see the Pippen and Kawhi comparisons, but I do see Williams.
Well, Pippen and Kawhi, he's not that level. He's not an elite athlete like that.
Kawhi came out of college as a defensive player, so you can't even put him in the same.
That's what they're saying about Cooper Flag.
No, I'm saying
he's a defensive player.
Cooper Flag is not the. He's not the elite athlete that Scottie Pippen and Kawhi Leonard are. He's not that. He's not that athlete. He's not that athlete.
He's more of an athlete than Kawhi. I don't know about Scottie. He's more of an athlete than Kawhi was.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah.
Man, have y'all watched this kid, or are we just talking?
He has like a 38 inch.
I mean, have you evaluated this kid, or are we just talking right now?
It's 1,000 motherfuckers in the NBA with a 38-inch vertical.
Well, yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie had a 40.
You're acting like he's like super slow or something. Like he's a very he's.
I'm acting like
he can guard 5 positions, and he can play on offense 4 positions.
What 4 positions you playing on offense?
He can play 2 through 5.
What in your head? You in your head?
you just still got heartburn because I know you're a Dallas Mavericks fan and y'all
I'm a Dallas. And listen, I'm a Dallas.
Boo-hooing about Luka being.
I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, and I tell you this: I was not excited when we got the #1 pick because it's like I would have rather traded it, man. I would rather go and get KD, man. Give us KD for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? At least I know what I got. I don't know what I got. Like it's potential, but we all know that rookies are rookies for a reason. Simple. And if you look at the history, if you take LeBron out of it, you got to go back to LeBron to have a #1 pick to lead a team to a championship. Before LeBron, you got to go Tim Duncan, Shaq. So that number one pick shit don't mean nothing to me, man. Like you ain't guaranteed to get nobody to take you to a championship at #1. Give me KD. I took KD.
You got to think about it. We was talking about this earlier. The pressure is now on him to lead that team to the championship because he's going to be the second, third option in the beginning.
Listen, Kobe, and like, I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. Like, they don't like Europeans for real in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, most jokers, they hate on Luka, they hate on Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Like the players, like you hear them talk shit about them because they feel like Europeans. I'm a white American. They're gonna be on his ass. Everybody. Nobody's gonna want to get their ass. Nobody's gonna want to get their ass busted by Cooper Flag. Nobody's gonna want to get their ass by a 19-year-old white boy, man. Like that's the quiet part. Like, come on, we've been in them locker rooms, man.
Bust by anybody, but sometimes you just can't help it.
You're right. And guess what? They're gonna be on it. They're gonna be on it. Just like, man, come on. You know that.
You think they're gonna be on it worse than it was LeBron's son?
But I don't think nobody was worried about him busting their ass.
No, but you get the hate. You see what I'm saying?
Huh?
Like not the hate, just because you LeBron's son, I'm gonna show you don't belong out here. You think it's gonna be like that?
But he wasn't out there like that.
He didn't see the floor.
Right.
He wasn't out there like that.
That's true.
Cooper Flag is gonna be out there.
He's gonna be on the floor.
Cooper Flag gonna be out there.
And he ain't gonna be in the G League.
So switching up speed a little bit, we've been talking about Cooper, we talked about Edwards and all these other guys potentially being or maybe should be mentioned as the face of the league. But one person we didn't mention is the NBA champion and finals MVP, SGA. I mean, is he the best player in the league right now? Is he the face of the league?
No.
I can't see how somebody just win a championship and MVP here, MVP there, and y'all don't even mention his name one time.
Man, you got it.
So did that.
Hey, Zeke and I had this debate the other day.
Hey,
but go ahead, Zeke.
The one thing, like you said, he got the MVP and he won a finals. Well, I think most of us can agree that Jokic deserved the MVP.
I think SGA.
Why did Jokic deserve it, young man?
Well, he had the most impact on his team, on any team, anybody in the NBA.
So I'm gonna tell you this. Last year, Luka numbers was killed Jokic, but Jokic was on a better team, and they gave it to Jokic. This year, Jokic numbers was killing SGA's, but SGA's on a better team. So the precedent has been set.
It's not completely about numbers; it's how much you have an impact on your team. Jokic's team without him on the court, like points wise, was minus 4.7 or something like that against all the other teams in the NBA. Jokic this year turned a horrible team good against SGA turning a good team.
We can't call Denver a horrible team when they got Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. Like, come on, that's not a horrible team. Like, come on.
They're like the 22nd worst team with Tom on the team when he's not playing.
And they just won the championship 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. They're not a horrible team. Like, so I mean, when you say impact, like what they said last year with Luka, Jokic's impact made his team win more games. SGA's impact made his team win more games.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull.
They can't move the goalposts every year. You know what I'm saying? If they showing it, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Then that's what they do. Like, so I was last year. Nobody in the history of the NBA ever went 34-9-9 ever. You know what I'm saying? But Luka was on the number 5 team. You know, and Jokic was I think they was at 2 or 3. So he got it. So this year, Jokic was they was a 6 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're the 6th seed. They gave it to number 1. I got no problem with that. Like, I think Jokic is a dog, no question. I think that he can get it, but I think the problem with we can't be a microwave generation and say, all right, well, SGA won the championship this year, so now he's the face of the league. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's over the last 5 years, we had 5 different champions. We had 5 different faces of the league.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Here's why he's not going. And in my opinion, just in a short time, not short time, because he's been in the league for a while, and I know he put up numbers for the last couple of years. But the problem that I think he gonna have, you got a lot of people that already don't like him because they say he get the fouls too much, and I'm like, he earned that. So what are you trying to put him in a Harden case? Like, the dude understands how to play. He can get anywhere he wants on the floor. You can't speed him up, but I think he comes in to this situation where you got a lot of people that's already disliking him because of the refs and the whistles. Because if you watch the finals, you got people already saying, well, that should have been a foul. That should have been. I think even we talked about it. Yeah, some of it is, but that ain't his fault.
Listen, I've never seen anybody officiated like they officiate OKC as a team. Like, for them to be young, like, they get calls like the 96 Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I ain't never seen nobody reach as much as they reach. Foul, you know, like, you could call them. I mean, they are so physical. The referees allow them to be so physical that it's almost a turnoff sometimes. Like, man, like, how come they can get away with this? And SGA is just not. He's just not an exciting player. Like, and
in the moment you touch them, immediate foul call. And the moment you touch OKC, it's immediate foul.
Yeah, and he pushes off every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used that off arm, you know, crazy. So, and then it's just Oklahoma City. You know what I mean? They ain't got no history. So, like, they 15 years old? You know what I mean?
Why we move the goalposts, man?
What?
Because nobody.
When
KD was in Oklahoma City, wasn't nobody saying he wasn't a super. Some people saying he might be the best player in the league. Now, while with SGA, he at OKC, he got it cracking out there.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
In the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question.
Playoffs.
Let me ask you a question.
Get him out of there.
Let me ask you a question. You got $100 left in your name, right? And you're gonna spend that $100 to go buy an NBA ticket. Are you gonna go watch KD or you gonna go watch SGA?
LeBron.
I mean,
that's who I'm going to go see.
Right. I get it. And we know the answer to your question. You just gave me the answer. It's KD. KD is primetime TV.
Yeah. So you a KD fan or something?
No, I'm just real. It's real. People tune in to watch KD.
We got to represent our DMV brethren, but you know, KD is a baller. But SGA is getting it done. He's doing in OKC with KD, with Russell Westbrook, with James Harden, with Serge Ibaka couldn't do.
Well,
he ran up against
Kobe.
But he ran up against one of the greatest teams of all time.
Yeah.
No, you know what they ran against? LeBron.
That's what I'm saying. He ran up against one of the greatest teams of all time.
Well, first, they ran up against the big German. You know what I'm saying? He had to sit him down. You know what I mean? My guy in Dallas. So.
Oh yeah, Dirk had a hell of a run, man.
The best of all time. The best of all time.
But I mean, honestly, you talk about face of the league, man. Has Tim Duncan ever been considered the face of the league? Right?
No,
never. Not in my time. He's been considered a great, right? But you have to have personality to be the face of the league.
Yeah, I agree.
LeBron's personality sucks.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
All right, Zeke. He invited you on. You about to get put off.
Somebody get this kid a jukebox, man.
Hey, look at Zeke from Ohio.
That's why he mad that LeBron left. I get you, man.
I don't care. I didn't pay attention. I didn't get into NBA till like 2018.
No, he was still there in 2018.
You got the Lakers.
Yeah, arguably his best season in the league in 2018.
He did.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Hey, and what number they on the draft? Who watching?
I saw
The Wizards up.
6.
Ace Bailey went 5th.
Ace Bailey
Oh, the
just went
Wizards.
to Utah.
So Ace still ain't gone yet.
Wizards
he
just
went to
took Trey
Utah.
Johnson from Texas.
Okay.
I saw
He
Ace
just went to
went 5th.
Washington. Yeah, he went to Utah. Ace went to Utah.
Nice. Okay, and we got and Wizards got the shooter. Was Johnson, right? You said Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did Colin Knuckle get drafted yet?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Colin Knuckle?
He went to Charlotte.
Who?
Colin Knuckle.
Yeah, he went to Charlotte.
Oh, from
Charlotte.
Duke.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was projected to go to Charlotte. Yeah. Number 4, right?
Yeah.
Number 4 with the 4 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had him
Yeah, he
projected
can
to go.
play. I like him.
Yeah, he can play. I thought he was probably to be honest, I thought he was more consistent at times than Cooper was in the big games.
Consistent, yeah, for
That's
sure.
a fact,
Yeah.
coach. That's a fact, coach.
Yep. Because you know, in my household, it's Carolina versus Duke, me and my son, and he couldn't stand Cooper. He loves some Colin Nipple, and I'm just like, I gotta agree. I will watch it. Not saying that he's a better player, but Knipple showed up more in the big games. Like when the games mattered, he came. You know, he was the one that I'm like, all right, he's showing up more. And the African dude, that dude showed up big too.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
he did. Yeah.
They had a
Yeah.
nice squad, man. So I know all them dudes gonna get paid tonight. But so that, you know, we'll see what Cooper does, man. I think he's gonna have what he has more than any of these guys we're talking about faces. Anthony Edwards, Ja. He's gonna have veteran leadership. He's gonna be catered to, right? Because they want him to succeed. And he is gonna be kind of able to work behind the scenes because he's going to be the third option. On a bad night, he might get 2 when you don't have, say you don't get Kyrie back and Anthony Davis doesn't get on the floor. He might still be the number 2 option on a night like that on the team because you got PJ, right? I think PJ will automatically become the number 1 option on that team unless I'm missing somebody. And then you have Lively and Cooper Flag and Gafford and all them dudes. So I just think he's in a sweet spot. But I don't think his skill set is going to ever be able to get to the face unless he just does something miraculous over the next year or 2.
Hey, Coach, you know who I think his ceiling is? My NBA comparison for him?
Who that be?
Andre Iguodala.
I like that.
And that ain't a bad.
No, I think he's gonna be solid, just not a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I think he played the same way.
I just don't understand why we talking so much about Cooper Flag. Okay, I thought we was on here to talk about Zeke.
No, we can't.
I'd rather talk about Zeke.
We just,
Come on, let's talk about Zeke. Let's talk about Zeke, man.
Host.
Let's talk about Zeke.
He like us.
Hey, I'm surprised Zeke's still on the show. Oh, he bad mouth LeBron.
So look, we'll be irresponsible if we don't at least talk about the NBA Finals because we didn't talk about that one time. So let's recap the NBA Finals a little bit. What did you think about, starting with you, Zeke? What did you think about the final series with OKC versus Indiana?
I'm gonna say one thing. I think TJ McConnell is the biggest surprise out of like anybody the whole NBA season. This dude just pops out of nowhere. Normally sits on. I'm not sure he'd even be on an NBA team, on any other team in NBA other than Indiana Pacers. And this dude comes out and averages like 11 for the finals.
Yeah.
Halliburton went down. He stepped up.
McConnell been putting in work for a long time, though. And if you remember, Steve Nash and LeBron, I think, about a few months ago, was talking about how good of a player McConnell was. He's that player that you got to have on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah. This dude can't shoot threes. He's short, not really athletic, and he comes in, averages 11 a game in the finals.
Yeah. So, but overall, the series, did it go the way you thought it would go, or did you think Indiana was going to get it?
Well, I mean, I think OKC's kind of lucky that Halliburton went down. Dude kind of had a hot hand coming out. He was 3 for 4 in 7 minutes on threes.
Yeah.
Dude had 9 points when he got hurt in 7 minutes into the first. and that's like how much he had going into fourth in most of those games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Zeke. I think that Oklahoma City was in trouble if Halliburton didn't go down because it looked like they had a good flow going.
Mm-hmm.
They had momentum. The team was playing with a lot of energy, and
Sure.
the importance of Halliburton being in the lineup because I think for the past couple of years, especially this year, you know, he always lead the league in the turnover, the assist to turnover ratio. Mm-hmm. He doesn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And when Indiana started losing to OKC, when they started having troubles when they turn the ball over.
Oh yeah, they had they had 24 turnovers that game, and like they had like 3 when Halliburton was in. It's like such a big difference between.
They don't have a secondary ball handler that takes care of the ball and gets everybody involved
and can seriously facilitate.
Yeah, and then Obi Toppin had a bad game too. He's been playing well the whole series. In game 7, he kind of disappeared.
The Naismith?
Obi Toppin.
Oh, Obi, yeah. Yeah, I think Naismith too. Come back to him. I mean, he's their kind of spot up shooter. Without Halliburton, he's nothing. He had like 5. He had like 5 shots at him. Missed all 5 of them or something.
Yeah, he had an awful game. But still, they were in it. They had their chances, even with those guys playing bad and Halliburton being out. You know, it was a good series. It went 7. I thought the styles matched up really, really good. I thought it was fast paced. It got physical when it needed to get physical.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that series, and I didn't really think that I would, but I enjoyed it. What you think?
It was definitely
Coach?
That was a really entertaining series. That was the most finals I've watched in a few years for sure.
Facts.
I think it was. I agree with you both. It was an entertaining series. We saw, a lot of people was joking, light skin back in because the dudes were playing physical. They didn't fall to the pretty boy, style. You had Nembhard playing physical against his boy, SGA. But the thing, and I think I texted in the group a couple of times where it's just frustrating watching these guys play, man. Like you watch OKC play, they get up, they are not a 3-point shooting team. So you get up by 15, 20 points, and then all of a sudden they fall in love with the 3. I'm like, why is Jalen Williams not just coming down and just trying to funk on somebody? Or, just stay aggressive. You let a team like Indiana, who they thrive off of run and gun, and they shoot the 3. They run to the corner and knock down 3s, probably just as good as the Boston Celtics do. And them dudes get hot. It's hard to run them out the gym. So why not just go be physical, get them in? And it's not like you had any real inside presence with them. So I think it just showed a lot. Chet needs to get in the gym. Hartenstein was just disappointing watching him because I thought they were going to do, the 2-man, big man game and just run the dudes out, to slow all that running shit down.
First few games,
so that was disappointing. And then the coaching, both of the coaches was like, Carlisle, his coaching decisions just didn't make sense at times. And then the young dude, I'm like, is he trying to get these dudes like bonuses? Because you got dudes in the game that really don't make sense at the timing. Not that they don't deserve the time to play. And then why Williams didn't play at all? The kid that was from the light-skinned dude who was playing well against the Joker until they decided to put Caruso in. You ain't see that dude none in this series. And I thought he would have been a good fit to be physical with someone like Turner, who is not a physical dude at all. Get Hartenstein's ass off the game and let this dude Williams play. So I just think it showed a lot. But the series itself was good. I think, these two teams are going to be around for a while. And I think, with tonight's draft and probably some moves that, that's going to be made, I think Houston probably going to push. And now Dallas going to push for some Western Conference, But now, you got the East. It was sad to see Halliburton go down because I think they say he probably had one of the more historical runs, like Cinderella stories, to go from being touted as one of the most underrated guys to also having some of the most clutch moments in playoff history. And like Zeke said, I don't know if that game would have went the way it did if he would have stayed in that game, man, because he was hot. But the game goes ebbs and flows. You know, but it was definitely a good series, and it still shocked me that the ratings. I think they said it was the lowest rating since '88, and I'm like, what do fans want to see, man? If you back, but I get it. I mean, Mo pointed out, they're trying to get new fans in, guys that like basketball, people that like basketball. I believe would say they enjoyed the series. But I think it's bigger than that right now. The NBA is just kind of lost on trying to get viewership in, and they're doing a little bit of everything. But the series was good. Back to your original question. The series was great.
Poon, what's your thoughts on the series?
I mean, I thought that I do think that losing Halliburton in that game 7 was detrimental. I think it's real tough anytime you lose, one of your guys in a game to finish that game strong. You know what I'm saying? I also think that, man, you're gonna see a whole lot of jokers now with calf strains being like, yeah, I'm sitting this one out. Especially depending on how him and Dame come back, because everybody don't come back from Achilles the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like KD came, but KD had the calf strain. He trying to win the championship. Halliburton trying to win the championship. So I understand why you're doing it, but I also am like, it's gonna be real. Like, you're gonna see some jokers who got these calf strains. They're gonna be like, yeah, man, I'm not ready to go. I don't want to do it. I don't want to risk, losing a year. Even though it's a once in a lifetime shot. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's a business decision. Especially, Halliburton, he just signed. But if you got somebody that's coming up on free agency, or you got to start thinking about the business end of it. I think you're gonna start seeing a lot of people make business decisions when they have them calf strains. But I think that it was an enjoyable series. But I don't know. I'm never going. I probably wouldn't. Like, I enjoyed it, but I would never watch one of them on YouTube. One of these games on YouTube again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
It's not memorable to me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like. We watched OKC. Like, I respect what Sam Presti did. Like, I think that's GOAT GM moves that he's made to rebuild that roster to where it is and have the flexibility that he has with all them young guys and studs. And so,
and Halliburton.
Hold on. With that being said, the championship come through Texas next year. You better believe that. That championship come through Texas next year.
What, Houston?
San Antonio?
What we talking about?
San Antonio?
You tripping, huh?
So you do believe in Cooper Flag?
I don't believe in Cooper Flag. I believe that Dallas.
The way it's going to come through Dallas. If Cooper Flag is who they listen. If we was healthy this year, we make a run this year. Healthy, the team that they built for Luka, and you just swap and put AD in. And I'm not an AD fan, but the pieces that we have, we got everything. We got shooters, we got defenders, we got rebounders, we got everything.
Yeah,
we got everything.
Yeah, you got about 6 or 7 players that. Yeah.
7. We got 9 players. What we talking about? We're going 9 deep.
We gonna see, because you got Houston that's gonna say something about it next year.
I'm saying it's coming through Texas, and it's saying we ain't worried about San Antonio.
Not yet.
I said we got Houston, we got San Antonio. No, we ain't worried about San Antonio. You know what I'm saying?
Dallas not even the best team in Texas.
Tripping. We by far the best team in Texas. Healthy, we the best team in Texas.
Houston Rockets.
Can't fuck with us.
Shit, they was the second seed this year, wasn't they?
Huh?
They was the second seed this year.
And then they got bounced to the first round?
But they got KD now, baby.
All right. And listen,
y'all don't have a KD. Y'all don't even have a Luka. You don't even believe in your number 1 pick.
We got Mr. Glass.
I can't take you serious right now. I just can't.
We're gonna come down there and wrap Mr. Glass in some Gorilla Glue and duct tape so he don't get hurt. You know what I mean? AD don't get hurt. Kyrie come back in January. You know what I'm saying?
But that's crazy though, man. Like, AD is always the big question. Like, that's crazy.
Yes.
Always doubtful. That's his name.
As to O's point, man, like, I can't.
Not the O's point.
Yeah, you can't, because everything hinges on if he's healthy or not.
Yeah.
Well, I think,
but look, you can't. That's like, don't you think that's an uncontrollable?
Said it again, Cole.
Don't you think that's out of his control?
I agree.
No, I don't think he work as hard as he should, man. I don't think he. You can't tell me. You can't tell me
how big and strong he come by, how he work in the weight room and all that good stuff.
They all work strong.
He
always doubtful. That's what AD stands for.
Hey, Kobe, he need a better personal trainer, bro. All he do is work shoulders and arms.
How you got LeBron James? How you got LeBron James as your teammate and you don't pick up some of his training regimens?
I thought he did. Maybe
I'm
wrong.
You can see how he came back, the shape he was in. You can see that.
Man, he need to get on some 1970 shit, start smoking cools in the locker room, man.
Luka got in better shape than AD did.
So tell me this. You don't think that AD's injuries stem from his metrics because of his height and the way that he plays? That's putting a lot of pressure on his joints and all that good stuff.
Damn. Giannis is the same height. Giannis is the same height and play a similar brand of basketball, except more physical, and he plays way more than AD.
Giannis is also one of the biggest freaks in nature in NBA history.
I said Giannis. And so is AD.
AD, yeah, nah.
And so is AD.
I don't think
biggest
AD.
freak in nature in NBA history? No, it's not AD.
Man, listen. Hey, listen. You find me another 6'11" cat that got the skill set that AD got, the athleticism that AD got.
As a point guard.
Come on, man.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, say that again.
Hey, Kristaps Porzingis. Hey, man, you're a funny guy, man. You do stand up in Ohio with Dave Chappelle, man.
They did used to call that man a unicorn.
Hey, listen, man. That was Phil Jackson. Bad GM ass called him a unicorn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't win a championship if Kristaps Porzingis is one of your top 3 players. He got to be your 4 fan.
Actually, like literally last year.
He wasn't one of their top 3 players.
Yes, he was.
I think
It was
single-handedly.
No, he was not. Tatum, Brown, Drew Holiday, and Derek White was all better than him. What we talking about, man?
He was the main guy. He was the main center.
No.
Al Horford played center,
was
man.
better than Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, Derek White was better than.
He's just out there, man.
Yeah, Derek White.
Derek White.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's why he.
Hey, young fella,
they trying to decide if they want to keep Derek White or Brown. Derek White was the truth. He is the truth, man.
Man, listen, I'll take Derek White. I'll take Derek White right now in Dallas.
$1 million man to keep that dude in town. Porzingis was not even, like I said, he wasn't even the 4th best player. He the tallest dude on the floor.
Before we get too far out, I want to get Mo's opinion on the finals. What was your thoughts about
from a basketball?
Yeah,
I'll go quick, man. From a basketball period standpoint, it was great. This is what the NBA wanted with the second apron and things that they're doing, but they got to be careful with it because viewership will continue to wane because unless you're a basketball purist, seeing Oklahoma and Indiana in there with the brand of players that they have is boring as hell. Let's just keep it what it is. If you just tuning in and you scrolling by, you're not going to watch it. It's not going to catch your eye. There's no one on the court that you like, man, let me stop what I'm doing and watch this game. If you just a fly-by-night fan, you know what I'm saying? I give you an example. A couple years ago when Giannis was in the finals, my wife watched the game with me. I couldn't find her during these finals because it's boring to the average fan. So that's what the NBA wanted with the second apron, limiting some of these super teams. So this is what it's going to be moving forward.
Yeah,
I
agree. I agree.
So another big topic in news in the past week or so was the whole talk about ring culture. I know the podcast with Steve Nash and LeBron, and it came up that, and it was criticism about ring culture. What's your guys' thought about ring culture? Do we place too much on rings to evaluate who a player is?
1,000%. 1,000%. Because, like I've always said, man, in basketball, football, man, in ultimate team games, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just one thing that can change. You know, if Michael Jordan goes to Portland instead of the Bulls, you know what I'm saying? Like, And he doesn't have Scottie Pippen. He doesn't have them guys. Like, if he didn't win 6 championships, would he still not have been as great as Michael Jordan? You know what I mean? Like, that shit don't change. Like, T-Mac never really – I don't think T-Mac ever got out the first round as the guy. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't change his greatness. You know what I mean? Like, I watched Dirk his whole career. You know what I'm saying? Bust KG ass, go toe-to-toe with Duncan, bust Chris Webber ass. But, like, he wasn't validated until he won a ring. And it's like, man, all the shit that has to go your way. Like, and I think if we talk tennis, golf, where I'm solely, you know, responsible for me winning, but if I got to rely on, like, you know, they always talk about LeBron and he won't take the last shot. He passed the ball to Kyle Korver, who at the time had the highest three-point percentage in NBA history in the short corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Kyle Korver missed. Mike Jordan passes to John Paxson. John Paxson knocks it down. Like, but because my teammate didn't do it, now I'm going to be thought of as less? No, man, I think it's nonsense. I think it's crazy, you know, because, like, the same thing with quarterbacks in the league. Like, you can't tell me Dan Marino now. You're going to take Trent Dilfer over Dan Marino? You're going to take Eli Manning over Dan Marino? You know what I'm saying? You're going to take Ben Roethlisberger over Dan Marino? Fuck no. Give me Dan Marino because he can sling that bitch. Nah, he just ain't never get into a situation where he had the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why when I always go, I say, man, LeBron, what was impressive to me is that for 8 or 9 years straight, he played in the last game of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played in the last game of the season, 8 now. He may have lost 5, but guess what? 5 times he was against teams who was better than him. He won maybe 4 times. I don't know when I'll take his Dallas, but them San Antonio teams was better than his teams. The Golden State Warriors was better than his teams. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do? You like, damn. So we're gonna say, oh, well, he lost 5 times. We lost 5 times to some dogs who them 2 Golden State teams are gonna beat anybody in NBA history. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? The KD Warriors, best team in NBA history. The Spurs, they'll battle with any Kawhi Spurs. You can put them, you know, with Tim Duncan still at the end of his prime, they can play with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking 4 Hall of Famers. He lost to a team with 4 Hall of Famers on it. You know, and a Hall of Fame coach, probably best coach of all time. So I never understood that ring shit because it's something that's new. You know, it's something that's new. It's part of this 24-hour news cycle. Because in the 80s, you know, when I was growing up, no one said Wilt Chamberlain wasn't better than Kareem because Kareem got 6 rings. You know what I'm saying? Wilt Chamberlain was thought of as the dog because he had 100, you know, scored 50, averaged 25 rebounds. Like, he was thought of as the most dominant ever. And it wasn't about well, Kareem got the rings. Nah, this is new shit, man. And I hate it.
Yeah. Z, what's your thoughts on ring culture in the NBA?
I think it's gotten a little over-exaggerated over the past few years, but I definitely think it's still – I mean, there's going to be a little leeway. Like, if you don't have any rings, it's definitely going to be a little leeway. Yeah, you got 2 rings. This guy got 0. You won. That's the thing. Like, you made your team better and your team won. It doesn't matter how good your team is. You won. Now, it gets to a certain point where it's like Bill Russell. It's like you got 11 rings, but you're in such a bad era that it's like kind of discounts you from being able to, like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Slow down.
But you
Can't say era.
You say he's in a bad era, and I say that today's basketball is better than Michael Jordan's era.
That's facts.
Yeah.
It's better. The players are better now. They're more skilled. Huh?
I'm talking about like back then.
But I'm saying
none of us was alive. We don't know.
That's the point though. Like we don't know.
So you can't say it,
man.
Yeah,
Evolution,
so
brother.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm saying 2 rings, like, to me, like that shit. Robert Horry got what, 5 or 6, 7?
7.
He got 7.
Yeah. 8.
How many people are you passing by before you get to Robert Horry? If you need a small forward / power, somebody who played both the 3 and the 4. How many people? Huh?
About 100.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about individuals making a team better because sometimes you're just in a situation like you just like. I mean, James Harden, one of the best ever. You know, John Wall is a great player. They just was in bad situations. You know what I'm saying? T-Mac in a bad situation. You know, so I look at LeBron before he left Cleveland. When the best player they give you is Antoine Jameson or maybe Carlos Boozer, you know, or Mo Williams, that's who he was playing with, and he took them to the finals. So we can't say like, well, San Antonio beat them. Well, I think it's outstanding. He took them to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like he took some plumbers to the finals. You know what I'm Yeah.
It's called the Eastern Conference for a reason, dude. The Eastern Conference sucked those years.
Hey, dog, let me tell you something. Every last one of them jokes in the Eastern Conference is in the NBA, Slim. They do not suck. It ain't nothing about them that suck. Put some respect on that shit, young man.
Teams in the NBA aren't better than other teams in the NBA.
You said what?
You trying to tell me that if you're an NBA team, they can't be worse or better than any other NBA team?
No, I'm saying when you say the Eastern Conference suck, that's half the NBA. You telling me half the NBA sucks?
It's way worse than the other half.
No, I think the Western Conference was stronger, but I also think people try to discount it because LeBron. LeBron was just crushing everybody. Like that Indiana team with Danny Granger, Paul George, David West, they was balling. They was nice.
That was Randall, though. That wasn't LeBron on the Heat and stuff.
No, it wasn't. That's when LeBron was in fucking Cleveland.
He caught him twice.
Okay, how old do you think LeBron or Paul George was when LeBron was when in 2007?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I know you don't know.
Oh, my man got a little spicy.
Hey, so Zeke, you said you didn't start following basketball until 2018. You know who Dwight Howard is, right?
Yeah.
Is he sorry? Because he was on the Magic in 2007.
Was he good in 2007?
Was he good?
Dwight Howard is probably the most disrespected player. Right? Dwight Howard should be in the top 75, and he's damn sure should be mentioned for the Hall of Fame.
Well, he made it in the Hall of Fame this year.
Was Boston?
He made it in the Hall of Fame this year.
Okay.
Were the big three together in 2007? I think they were.
2009.
No. The big three.
In 2007, the Boston big three wasn't together yet, right?
Yes, they were.
It was 08.
They were in 2007.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was
2007.
Yeah. They Paul Pierce.
Yeah, because they was together for 4 years. Remember?
True.
They was together for 4 years.
True. So you had the big three in Boston. You had the Chauncey Billups Detroit Pistons team, who also won the championship.
D-Wade.
And you had the Miami Heat.
With Wild
Who
Man.
won a championship?
All those guys.
You had the big three in DC. You know what I'm saying, with Caron Butler, Gilbert Arenas, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like people say the least. It's because LeBron was dominating. LeBron was dominating, and people want to. It's a way to discount him.
So if you put LeBron's team and him in the Western Conference, how you think they go to the finals?
No, that's a true statement.
But that still don't mean that.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know.
That part right there just discredits the whole LeBron made to the finals part.
I don't know. I don't know if he goes to the finals. You can say he doesn't. But he took that team to the best record in the league. So when he played that best record in the league, he was beating teams in the West.
But I mean, you could do that with anybody, though, man. Because I mean, at the time that MJ was winning his championships, at some of those years, I think the Western Conference might have been a little better when you had to go through the Sonics, you had to go through Houston, you had to go through a San Antonio team. So you can do that with any superstar in any era. You can take them from a different conference. But at the end,
no, my bad, Mo. Go ahead, Mo.
No, I was about to say at the end of the day, to bring it home is ring culture a little bit over. It is, but LeBron did this shit to himself.
That's what I said.
I mean, he got on with not one, not two, not three.
So, my only thing about that money, Mo.
But I'm saying he won.
It was a pep rally.
Everything that comes out of that man's mouth too serious. They
no, Kobe
said it. Even D Wade said it.
His
Kobe's
actions
meat
speak
riding
louder
LeBron,
than
bro.
words, bro. He didn't go to Miami to sit in the Eastern Conference. He went to go win a ring. Did he not?
I get that, Mo, but come on, you took that seriously?
But
here's the thing,
you
Cole.
taking that as face value?
But what I'm saying is,
he shouldn't have been. I agree with you, Mo, and I think this is what you're trying to say. He shouldn't have been the one that said it. He said the right thing, but because it was LeBron and what LeBron has been about since he came into and I know you probably gonna put me off the show here, Cole, real quick, so I'm gonna go and embrace for it. But here's the thing: that's why he's my number 3 in the GOAT conversation. Is Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, just like they're ranking rings. Take all the rings away, take all the stats away. The reason that I'm not really like rocking with LeBron as far as the greatest of all time, because LeBron is probably one of the most physically gifted specimens that I've ever seen as an athlete, period. There's no way you can tell me that if he would have just decided to go in the post and dominate the game, LeBron would have won probably more than what the hell he won now. That's my only gripe with LeBron. Kobe ain't never chased Mike. Kobe ain't never chased Mike. He was just patting his game after Mike. Kobe didn't give a damn about nothing but winning. He went after Mike, do whatever. LeBron put everything in the perspective of he's chasing the greatest. Now, does that mean that he's not a GOAT? No. But his game, everything he's done has been chasing Jordan. Jordan ain't having nothing to chase nobody. And so when he says that, that it, you know, whatever he said about it, it shouldn't have came from him because of what his whole career has been about. Now, you can debate whatever you want to debate about him, because again, I look at it like this. The minute LeBron won the scoring title, everybody said that solidifies him as the greatest. And I'm like, why? Hell, the dude who held it for the last 100 years, you won't even consider him in top 10. So why is that something that you do for LeBron? The thing that I think what happens with LeBron is, and Kobe, I agree with you, it gets magnified because LeBron says certain things, and he doesn't set the stage for how and why he's saying it. If he would have kind of packaged it a little bit better, I think the message would have came across as fine. But because of how his career has gone, everything he's done has been about chasing Jordan and because he said, I'm the king, I'm the greatest of all time. And he put that on his own back.
No,
and so
he didn't call himself the greatest. He didn't call himself the greatest of all time until he went back to Cleveland and won it.
But he said it though.
So he said it, but like it's a little disingenuous to act like LeBron was chasing. Like people were saying, like he's 7 years in, and they're like, oh, he'll never, as long as he don't win a ring, he can never be considered great. So yeah, that's exactly why he left to go chase that ring in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, they wasn't saying that, they wasn't discounting Kobe rings at that time and saying, well, Kobe got 3, but he was Batman, you know what I mean? He was Robin. And like they wasn't putting him on the back of Shaq at that time. They was just giving him the credit for having, 3 rings. So I understand, like, people, I think it's with LeBron, people are going to find a reason to have a problem with anything he does. Like, that was a pep rally. It was a pep rally, you know what I'm saying? And he dancing, he's hyping up the crowd. That's what the crowd's there for. It's a great day. I didn't take it serious. I didn't think he thought he was going to win 7 rings because he didn't sign a 7-year deal. You know what I'm saying? So I think that anything LeBron does, like even the decision, people hated on the decision. Like, oh man, that's so self-centered. Like nobody in NBA history had on LeBron's level had ever faced, that, had made it to free agency, had that type of, circus around him. So he said, you know what, I'm going to take some, I'm going to, raise $5 million for the Boys and Girls Club. Nobody says that. They say, oh man, this man had a decision. Man, listen, I'm a LeBron fan. If people like Kobe, if you like Mike, that's cool. All I'm gonna say is, if we draft him, my guy's still on the board. You know what I'm saying? You take Mike, you take Kobe, my guy's still on the board. I think everybody's game has deficits. I think that Kobe was the most historical gun in the history of the NBA, and no one ever talks about that.
Yeah.
You know, Kobe had 2 years where he shot 1,800 more shots than the closest man on his team. 1,800.
That's because
What he say?
1,800.
I'll take my chances on my
That's because
shot
Smush
before I
Parker
take
was the
your
second
shot
best player.
anytime.
That's 20. That's almost
Nah, we not
25
gonna do
shots
that.
a game more.
Yeah, because Smush Parker was the second best player.
Hey, but Mo
You know what I
Money,
mean?
Mo
Like, listen,
Money,
Hey,
make Smush Parker
Kobe,
better.
hey,
Mo
Kobe
Williams
deserved.
was the second best player on Cleveland team. But what happened with Mo Williams? He made an All-Star game.
Yeah.
Make him
Yeah,
better.
he
That's
did.
Smush Parker.
You don't know what somebody can do. You shoot 1,800 times more than the rest of the team. You don't know what
But I
they
mean,
can do.
but context matters, man. Like the documentaries are out now. We wasn't in the locker room. If Smush Parker ain't coming to practice, I'm not getting involved. That's real.
Parker wasn't even the second best player anyway. Why are we talking about Smush?
I was about to say they had Brian Grant, they had Lamar Odom, they had a lot of jokers on the team. It wasn't Smush Parker wasn't the best.
No, I just think it just goes back
it's
to
more-
like you said, it's LeBron. Anything LeBron say, they pick it apart. I just think because he said it, that it got taken out of proportion. But
For
you know,
sure.
he's not wrong, because look at what they're doing to KD. They shitting on the fact that KD got 2 rings because he went to go get it. But
Yeah.
like the boy said, if KD hadn't came there, they don't know if they would have won without KD. So how is he chasing a ring coming over there? They just made it look easy. So you damned if you do, if you damned if you don't. And you got too many dudes. It's and as we all agree, it's a team sport, man. So what difference it makes? Like if a dude is great, give him his flowers. Who gives a shit if he got rings? I think the dudes who are in those conversations can joke around and have that conversation. But we on the outside who ain't done shit, who ain't played the game, who ain't put the time in. Why are we talking about Robert Horry and all these other motherfuckers? Like, they're on the team. So that don't make them any better than the dudes that are considered all-time greats. You know, again, it's the context, as Poole said, context and who's having the conversation. But I think it's too much put on it, because at the end of the day, you like who you like, and you're gonna rock with who you rock with, regardless.
Well,
Man,
context matters too, though. I mean, context matters, because when you talking about James Harden, right? Like, let's keep it a buck. T-Mac choked in a lot of those playoff games.
Disappeared.
The same way that James Harden did, right?
Yeah.
So context does matter when you talking about chasing the ring, if you're talking about a player who choked versus one who showed up. Now, where I agree with Poom is that I think we put too much on it for the greats, though, for the guys that show up day in and day out. They just was in a bad situation. But if you choking, ring that conversation should come up if you didn't perform.
Kobe choked.
Well, I don't think we can say T-Mac choked because he never got out the first round. That's not choking. I mean, you know, I can see Harden because they was right there. They just couldn't get over that hump, and it seems like Harden always plays his worst game when he needs to play his
when
best.
it matters the most.
So I can kind of see the Harden thing, but T-Mac, he wasn't even in the conversation. He was a great player, leading the league in scoring, one of the most talented players I ever seen in my life. But he wasn't in the conversation come playoff time because he was gone in week 1, week 2. So we don't even need to talk about T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? In terms of ring culture, I think it's too much emphasis put on it. All you guys made fair points. If one is a team game, right? One player don't win it all. I hate when they say Jordan won 6 rings, LeBron won 4 rings, this person won 3 rings. No, that team won those rings. They might have been the best player on that team, but it took a whole team to get that done. It took a great coach to lead that team to get it done. It took a great GM to put that team together to get it done. So that's why I think, you know, the rings is overemphasized, and I think one of the reasons why it is because it kind of started when Jordan won all his rings, right? And with that 6 was used as a parameter, and to preserve who Jordan was, his legacy in the league. So you can be as great as you want, but if you didn't win 6, like you can win 6 rings, but you didn't win 6 in a row, You didn't go 6-0, so they're gonna move the goalposts. That's how they use the 6. But if you didn't know any better, you would think Jordan had the most rings ever in NBA history.
And never missed a shot in the playoffs.
Yeah, we don't even talk about Bill Russell's 11. You know what I mean? He's never been in the GOAT conversation. Some people don't even have him in the top 10 all the time. You know what I mean? If somebody do put him in the top 10, it's because he won 11. You know what I'm saying? But we got to remember when this conversation started. It started from the conversation that they was having on First Take when they said if Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't win another ring, that means his career, he underachieved in his career. And we was like, what?
Yeah,
like this dude comes to play every game, every season. He plays harder than anybody. He produces. He puts up big numbers. He play on both sides of the court. He's a straight up dog. And you trying to tell me because he only won one ring that he underachieved? You taking his greatness away because of a championship? We see what's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks with his team. We saw the changes that's been made with the Bucks. And we know that free agents don't want to go to Milwaukee, just like free agents didn't want to go to Cleveland back in the early 2000s. Don't nobody want to go to those towns and play for an NBA team. So you're going to have to get your players from draft or trade because you're not just going to get some great player just open the door and say, hey, I want to be here in Milwaukee. Let's win championships with the Greek Freak. If the Greek Freak want to win more championships, he's going to have to pack his bags and go somewhere where he can align himself with the talent that's going to help him win more championships.
Yeah,
if he stays in Milwaukee,
he needs to do what LeBron did.
Yeah, if he stays in Milwaukee, there is a good chance that he won't win another one there.
Do you think he's going to pull the trigger? You think he's going to leave this year?
I mean, from what he's saying, he sounds like he's not. I thought he's going to pull the trigger a couple years ago and he stayed. I was disappointed in him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At some point, I think he's going to get tired of being there and the same old thing every single year. And
I give him to.
I'm out of here.
I give him to December with Kyle Kuzma as his second best player to be like, I'm out this month. Get me the fuck away from Kuzma.
Yeah, hey, that'll do it. That will do it. That will do it.
I'm out of here.
So bad.
So the conclusion is ring culture is overemphasized. My favorite player of all time never won a ring, Allen Iverson, but you can't tell me he won the baddest things
Allen Iverson
on a basketball court.
Shit. He was a dog. Too
Practice.
loyal. Too loyal.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about my all-time best player, Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Charles Barkley never won a ring, but I will put him against any power forward in the history of the game.
Yeah. So look, it's getting late, fellas, but I want us to end the show on this last topic right here. So I want to know from the No Cap Sports Show crew tonight, who are your 5 favorite number 1 draft picks of all time? All right. So I'll start with you, Coach Milton. You might go back a little bit.
Shit. You know what, man? I got let me see. I got John Wall number 5.
Ooh.
I got Shaq 4.
Nice.
I got Larry Johnson. Now I'm pulling the name out. Larry Johnson number 3 when he went to Charlotte from out of UNLV.
Okay.
Derrick Rose to the Chicago Bulls. Just changed, all that Michael Jordan stuff, and he put him on the back. Bless his soul for all the damn injuries he put up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy you just named, Allen Iverson, man. Shit, you can't get no better than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. You left off. What time? Who you leave off?
Hey man, he said my top 5.
Yeah, well, no, I get it, but you said you can't get no better than that.
No,
I'm saying
top 5. Your
one
top
who earned
5
the king.
We don't like it. That top 5 is cut.
Hey man, I'm just putting it. Hey,
I'm surprised they put Anthony Bennett in there.
Oh my God,
Lord, how much?
Awful. Hey Z, who your top 5 number 1 draft picks of all time?
All right, I'm gonna go from 1 to 5. I'm gonna
Okay.
go 1, Kyrie.
Nice.
Number 2, probably Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem the Dream.
Yeah. Number 3, probably LeBron. Number 3. Keep it simple.
LBJ. Hey, that took a lot for you to say that.
Yeah,
I'm proud
I
of
don't
you.
like LeBron,
I'm
but
proud of you. See, I know that hurt you to say that, but I'm proud of you.
yeah. Number 4, I'm gonna go Magic Johnson. He was number 1, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's number 1. Bird
Yeah.
was number 2, right? Or Bird was
Say who?
3.
Bird was what, the second pick, right? Or was he? No, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird wasn't the first. I think Magic Johnson was first.
Magic was
No,
the first.
Yeah, he was
You know
asking
what?
which pick
Man,
was.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but Larry Bird wasn't even in the draft, was he? He was already on the team
Yeah,
before the
he
draft
was
started.
the year before Magic.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or was he first?
No, he
No,
wasn't.
Michael Thompson had to be first then. If I'm
Yeah.
Michael Thompson was first.
Michael Thompson, yeah, Clay's dad was first.
And shoot, having a little bit of brain fart here. Let's see. We'll go AI. I'm gonna say AI.
Good list. It's better than Coach Milton's list.
How? Because I left LeBron off?
Yeah, hell yeah, that's why. That list is blasphemous.
Because I don't look, man. Y'all tough, man. Because I left LeBron off. You can't tell me Shaq and John Wall.
You just can't do that.
Oh, I forgot about Shaq, bro. I would have him in my
You
top
want to
5.
put Shaq on your list and take somebody off?
Yeah, I'll
Take
take somebody off.
LeBron off your list, man.
Get LeBron off my list. Get him out of here.
Hey, Kobe, show the young man to the door. Show the young man to the door.
Hey, you officially got shown the door.
Oh, that's too crazy.
Hey, Mo Money, who your top 5?
So I got Magic, LeBron, Shaq, Tim Duncan, and AI.
Damn, that's mine.
Oh, I like the Timmy. I like Timmy D in there.
Yeah,
I messed with
yeah,
that.
I like that. I like that too. Who's yours, Pooh?
I had the same 5.
He said the same 5.
The same 5. Magic, Shaq, LeBron, Tim Duncan, and Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so my top 5. I'm gonna start with number 5. Derrick Rose. My number 5, I think, hometown kid, drafted to Chicago, and he really put in that work. The youngest MVP ever. Led that team deep in the playoffs. So, hey, look,
Quick question. Do you think he would have won a championship if he didn't get hurt?
He would have won a championship if LeBron wasn't in the East. That you talking about the least in conference. You talking about the least in conference. You didn't say anything about D Rose and the Bulls.
I
forgot about them.
Yeah,
said
they were tough.
3,
They were
10.
tough.
All right.
Did you see how LeBron guarded him in the fourth quarter?
I wasn't.
Let me
I
stop.
was
This
like
is not
1
a
year
LeBron
old.
show. Let me stop. So number 5 is Derrick Rose. My number 4 pick is Magic Irvin Johnson, 6'9" point guard, won the championship as a rookie, and in the final game had to play center due to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being injured.
42, 15, and 7.
Hey, look, Magic, greatest point guard to ever play the game. I don't know why people want to debate that ever, because there will never be another point guard as good as Magic Johnson. Never. Number 3, Glenn Big Dog Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Now, if anybody know me, know that Big Dog was my favorite player for the longest time. When he was coming up through the high school ranks in Gary, Indiana, I was living in Gary, Indiana. So I got a first-hand look at the Big Dog. And when years to come, when I started playing ball in high school, I made people call me Big Dog. So that was I forced people to give me a nickname, and I was Big Dog in high school because that was my guy. Gary, Indiana's finest, Glenn Big Dog Robinson. He was a dog in the NBA. I don't think he get enough due either. Matter of fact, I think he should have won Rookie of the Year. It shouldn't have been Jason Kidd and Grant Hill. It should have been Big Dog.
Hey, before you say that, just all flippantly, the year before, because I'm a Mavericks fan. The year before J. Kidd got there, we won 12 games. The year after he got there, we won 36.
That's cool.
fair. That's fair. Hey, J. Kidd, bad boy.
Yeah, bad boy.
I'm taking nothing away from J. Kidd. Trust me, you'll never hear me say nothing bad about J. Kidd. Top 5 point guard to ever play the game.
You mean number 2 point guard of all time?
Nah.
My number 2 point guard of all time is Isaiah Thomas.
Give me J. Kidd over there.
All right. So number 2 in my top 5 list is LeBron James, the GOAT, the King.
I already know he's number 1.
Number 1, Allen Iverson, aka the answer. Straight
I thought that man about to say Michael Olowokandi.
Virginia, we stick together, baby. Virginia Rifleman.
That man put LeBron at number 2 for Michael Olowokandi at number 1.
Oh no, I would never say the Candyman. Hey, the Candyman not even top 1,000.
Hey, listen, man. Candyman had a solid career, dog. He just the number 1 pick. It was like Kwame Brown, dog. Kwame Brown had a solid career.
Yeah, for sure.
Look,
that's all I got, Zeke. You the newbie on the show. You got any words for our viewers and listeners out there? Anything you want them to keep an eye on? You got your basketball season coming up. Tell them about your game and about your team. What y'all going to do this year? And what's your expectations? Your personal expectations.
So for the people watching, we're in the GWOC. So there's 8 teams. It was a pretty big conference. It's probably one of the toughest. It probably is toughest conference in Ohio, and it has been for about the past 10 years. But it's supposed to be a. It's supposed to have a little bit of a down year. Most of our teams, big teams, losing some seniors, stuff like that. So. As long as we have an okay team, we have some slashers, and we have about literally just 2 shooters, me and this one other guy named Drew. If we hit, allow slashers to attack the paint, we win. If we don't hit, we lose. So
so you gotta do your job, man. Do your job.
Yeah,
for sure. Any closing remarks from you, Mo Money?
Nah, I'm battling this internet in Texas, man. I got to get my stuff set up tomorrow. So.
You must be in Dallas.
Nah, man, I'm almost in Mexico. I'm in damn El Paso. The internet stopped in Dallas.
Hey, Poom, any closing remarks for our viewers and listeners?
Man, I'm hot as shit in here, man. Hopefully it's cool down in DC, man. I told my brother earlier, Marjorie Taylor Greene said that the Jews had space lasers that control the weather. Well, I think Iran stole one from and turned the heat up in DC because ever since that clown bombed Iran, it's been hot than a bitch out here, man. Like, it's crazy. I don't ever remember being this hot for 3 days in a row. Like, I swear to God, I woke up the other morning, it was 91 degrees at 5 a.m. Like, that shit, I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? So I'm just trying to cool off, man. That's
we got 4 more days of the pool. We got 4 more days of it.
I ain't 4 more days. Shit. Man, I drive around, man. I just see all these junkies in DC, man. I be like, man, you should just go and kill yourself today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get it out of the way. Just go kiss the 3rd rail at Minnesota Avenue or something, man. Like, it's got to be the worst feeling in the world to be a junkie when it's hot like this outside. You can't go nowhere. Man, your feet all swollen up. And your arms, man, get out of here. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Coach Miller, what you got for our viewers and listeners?
Hey, man, I just want to send a shout out to the No Cap Sports Show, man, yourself, Coach O, and Coach Bree. I want to let the show know, man, that my daughter is signed and sealed. I know we didn't put it over the media, but I just wanted to say personally to you guys, man, I appreciate it. I was hoping she would get her here tonight, but she out running around trying to get ready. She may leave out on Monday. But, hey, man, appreciate you guys for taking the time to put her story out there. And she's signed, sealed, delivered. She'll be at St. Francis on Monday if everything goes right.
St. Francis, Pennsylvania?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Ever since Coach Bree came on here, man, the minute we hung up, it's been a whirlwind, just a straight tornado. We've been nonstop, and we got her signed, and the coach wants her down there ASAP. So we're trying to get. So again, none of that would have happened without no cap, and I proudly say that. I appreciate you guys' help, man, because it wouldn't have got done without you putting it out. And I appreciate you guys, man. And O ain't on here, but he know how I feel, man. I love O to death. And he was, I tried not to say nothing during Coach Bree's time. He said, hell nah, Coach. You may not know who she know. And I was like, all right, so, but again, man, I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Salute. Yeah. And for me, I want to thank Zeke for coming on the show, man. You did a great job.
Thank you.
You welcome back anytime that you want. You family, you no cap family. Next time you need to wear your no cap t-shirt.
Oh, I forgot about that. I'm gonna wear next time.
But yeah, you did a great job, man. Like I said, you welcome back anytime. I want to just extend say good luck to you this coming season. Hopefully I can get out there and catch a game, or if not, see some clips, because I know you're gonna do some big things. So and to all our viewers and listeners, I appreciate your continued support. Keep supporting us. Keep tuning in each and every week. We're going to keep bringing you that fire. We're going to have special guests and special guest hosts. Keep it exciting. So keep rocking with us, and we're going to keep rocking with you. You know what we do is honor and respect. Salute.
Salute. Good luck, Zeke.
Thank you.
Good luck, Zeke. Where sports and combos collide.